How many times did you ever hear someone say being wealthy is nothing more than luck? Sure, luck plays a role, but if you believe that it's the only factor that you'll never be wealthy because of this one simple reason, you'll never try with 100 effort. Our generation is by far one of the most economically traumatized. At such a young age, we've already witnessed terrorism, the collapse of the housing market, rising wealth inequality, unprecedented debt, and global uncertainty. A study by Wealthx found that 68 of those with a net worth of $30 million or more actually made it themselves. And a second study by Fidelity found that 88 of all the millionaires today are self-made. The secret truth to becoming wealthy is that wealthy takes time, discipline, and wisdom, but people give up way too early because they buy into this idea that they're not just lucky enough. While the reality is that it's not simple, but it's doable. You can accumulate wealth, you can be financially free, you can retire early, you can do all this. But you need to learn and apply these 3 specific set of skills from Naval Ravikant, who's a famous millionaire, entrepreneur, and investor. You've been wired to think about the money the wrong way. Your entire life, money is fixed. It's simply a tool, a commodity. Money is just an arbitrary number that we exchange for goods and services. Wealth, on the other hand, is something that works on itself without you needing to actively do anything. It could be a blog, a software, or a book you wrote, a course you created. True wealth isn't about status. It's about financial freedom and being able to be free from doing something that you don't want to do. It's not about buying the loudest Lamborghini, the flashiest bag, or buying the most expensive Rolex. Rather, it's about having some peace of mind. Knowing your talents is the first key skill that you need on your path to financial freedom. Specific knowledge is not just any type of knowledge. It's a type of knowledge that can't be learned in school. You can't just pick it up in a book or be trained for it, because it what makes you you. It's your irreplaceability factor. We're led to believe from a younger age that if you go to school, master a subject, and work in that field, that you will be well on your path to wealth. But that's completely untrue. Because if you can master a subject that's taught in the school, so can thousands and millions of others. It's on the flawed system that mentions the belief that you will be truly wealthy, even if your skills and general knowledge are the exact same as billions of others. While in fact, this system is designed to churn out as many of these workers as possible, so you can be replaced like this. And this irreplaceability factor that limits your earning, potential, and wealth. On the other hand, specific knowledge isn't that specific. Knowledge is unique. It's a combination of all your talents, your interests, your experiences, and more. It's this playful emotion, that feeling you need to discover for yourself. And when you do, follow it, because it will eventually lead you where you need to go to use your specific knowledge. Just think to yourself. When you hear that Elon Musk, Bill Gates, and Oprah, they're starting a brand new business, what do you think? Of course, you think of it positively, and you believe it will succeed, even before you know anything about the business model. You'll attach credibility and trust to it even if it's just a super boring company. Why? Because all 3 of these people, their names, their brands, they carry a certain level of power, certain reputation, or accountability that they all worked hard to earn and craft throughout their lifetime. Although it seems like accountability can only help in this case, it's actually a double-edged sword because you will take credit and responsibility when things go well, but also when things go poorly. No matter what project or thing you're working on, show your commitment to it, do the best you can, and society will reward you. Don't do it half-heartedly. Be confident in yourself and commit to it. Otherwise, someone else will easily outperform you and you will fail. However, if you fail, being accountable means that you accept failure and you stick your neck out there and you take it. Don't hide behind something and pretend it didn't happen. Failure is a part of life. It can be used to mold you into a better you. People who can confidently admit their failures and their key learnings are a lot more credible and reputable than those who hide behind a reality. Being accountable and developing your credibility is a key on your path to financial freedom because this ties all the way back to replaceability in any negotiation that you're in. If someone else is making a decision on how to compensate you for your time and effort that amount, that number is determined based on how easy it is to replace you out of the way. If you have a high accountability or credibility, then that makes you less replaceable. and therefore allows you to supercharge your wealth and earning potential. The secret way to generate more: what you need to realize is that it's very hard to reach financial freedom alone. You only have so many productive hours in a day, which limits the amount of output that you can generate. But there is a secret way to significantly increase your output. This secret thing even Albert Einstein once said was the most powerful force in the entire universe: compounding. Specifically, compounding your input. And the best way to do this is with leverage. Leverage is essentially an amplification to whatever you're doing. Imagine you're throwing pebbles into the calm body of water. Each pebble that you throw represents your input, your effort into whatever you're doing. And when the pebble hits the water, the ripple effect is the output. Leverage is what can transform your pebble into a boulder and 10x the size of your ripples. Naples Ravikant said that there are 4 types of leverages that you can latch onto. The first 2 leverages are the old traditional ways that most people probably have no access to. The first is capital leverage, or having access to money, whether it be from an investor or your wealthy family. The second is labor leverage, on having people work for you to achieve your objectives. There is nothing inherently wrong with these types of leverage, but they're not accessible to most people. On the other hand, and the next 2 are what transformed the traditional way of things and allowed so many more millionaires to be created in the past 2 decades alone. And that's code and media leverage, which is creating software and creating content respectively. The power of these last 2 leverages cannot be understood. They allow you to scale your output extremely easily. All you need to do is produce something once, and the impact of it can compound over time with zero marginal cost to reproduce it again. Prior to the internet or YouTube, if we wanted to share ideas with people, we would need a physical room, like a classroom or auditorium that allow what maybe 50 to 500 people. But now with the content leverage, all we need is an internet connection, a microphone, and a computer. Record it once, and hundreds of thousands of you can watch and listen as many times as you want. These skills are so important for you to learn and apply if you're still early on your financial journey. Now you already know the skills, which means that you can proactively seek them out for you and start earlier. There are tons of people out there who are trying to convince you of 1 or 2 things: that getting wealth is pure luck, and that you'll never get it, or that you'll be wealthy in a second by buying this course. Your personal approach to wealth and financial freedom must be balanced. The truth is, nothing worthwhile in life comes easy. It takes effort and time. You have to make sacrifices to make a real impact on your future. You won't achieve wealth in a few weeks or even a year, but by developing these 3 key skills, it will help you to speed up your journey to financial freedom. But before you think that's all you need, these 3 skills are only one component to reaching wealth. If you don't manage your money correctly, you're gonna lose all of it. Then applying these skills won't be any use to you, and your journey to financial freedom might be put on hold. Thanks for watching. Until the next one.